So the group I'm working with next month, they asked me to put together a list of what they needed to buy to make an IFAK slash blowout kit. So IFAK means individual first aid kit. Blowout kit, basically it's for massive bleeding, stop the bleed, right? So I was gonna just make the list. I figured I might as well record it so I could show people this is the kit that I bring with me to the range. Now, luckily, I never had to use this kit at the range. I have used a regular first aid kit for, with just some minor band-aids and things like that, but never had to use a blowout kit. But I always have it with me when my students come. I let them know exactly where it is. I let everyone know where it is, always just in case. I have a lot of different medical kits that I use for different things. This is kind of the front line, kind of a main line thing. So I'll be going into my other kits at another time, probably on the next video, and the first aid kit as well. So the first thing you want to have always is a tourniquet. And one of these days we will go over where you use a tourniquet, where you need to put a tourniquet as opposed to putting pressure on the wound as opposed to anything else. So first thing is a tourniquet, a cat tourniquet. Now, one thing I always let people know is that there's a lot of fake tourniquets out there. So you want to make sure that you have a real tourniquet. If you get a tourniquet that's 5 tourniquets for 20 bucks, chances are it's fake. Chances are it's plastic. There's a lot of videos online where you can look and see, people sent those things to places like Ukraine. They can't use them, they break. So you want to make sure that you have a real tourniquet. Now this I have used, never used at the range. I've used it on the job though. It is a pressure bandage or an Israeli bandage. So these come in very handy. Usually at the end of my classes, I like to give everyone an Israeli bandage, pressure bandage, because they come in very handy. You never know when you're gonna need them. And they're not that much. So the other thing, this is a chest seal. So one of the main problems that happens with massive trauma is something called a tension pneumothorax, or a sucking chest wound. Something that to a large extent is, if you know what you're doing, it's easy to save someone from, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's easy for someone to pass away from. So having a chest seal, and there's a lot of things you can do if you don't have a chest seal. If you just have a piece of plastic, there's ways that you can just use a potato chip bag, anything where you can create a seal. But this is a chest seal. They usually come in a pack of 2. The reason they come in 2 is because sometimes there's an entrance and an exit wound that you have to deal with. So you always want to carry at least 2 of them. This is hemostatic gauze. So hemostatic means that it's a type of gauze with a chemical in it that will that will make blood clot, essentially. So it'll help to clot the blood so that whatever happens as far as the massive bleeding stops a little bit faster. Now we just have a regular bandage, some gauze, and that's actually what this is as well. Regular bandage, but just some gauze in case you need to pack a wound, in case there's a wound where you need to push it in, and which is one of the things that we teach as well. And you always want to make sure that you have some scissors, some shears, and these are nitrile gloves. People have a latex allergy. You want to make sure that you have latex or nitrile gloves to use, right? This waterproof tape. So, if it's bleeding, you need to put some tape on. Regular tape is not going to cut it. Waterproof tape. Now, these are for your airway, right? I have nasal pharyngeal airway as well. And then this is just elastic bandage. In case something happens, you need to go around it, just an elastic bandage. So these are the things that I carry with me to the range. And I carry with them every day. These usually are in my car or close by some way, generally close by.